So yes, welcome. Glad you folks could make it to the Tuesday practice. I'm gonna, this time or today, I'm gonna come back to the mat for our centering. And if you have a strap handy, or if you don't have one handy, you might want to grab something that will serve as a strap for you to work with today. And of course, I always have my handy block. It helps lift me up. So let's all take a deep breath in and open the mouth and let it go. And that second deep breath. And exhale. Yeah, finding that the quiet space, releasing. Bringing your focus into the body, into what you feel. Moving through the body mentally from the top of the head down to the toes and the fingertips to relax and release. Take the creases out of the forehead, soften the face. Unclench the jaw. Let the shoulders release. Feet and hands. Notice any pain and discomfort or discomfort. And remember, it's your practice. Take care of yourself. Be kind, be gentle. Allowing the breath to deepen, adding in that Ujjayi breath. Long, slow breaths. Remember, as we practice today, continue that long, deep breathing, that Ujjayi breath in and out through the nose, if that's okay for you. If the nose doesn't work, then fine, breathe however you can breathe. And if the eyes are closed, gently open the eyes. And some gentle movements here, just to come back. Lift up tall, draw the shoulders back. Lift the gaze to the ceiling. Shoulders back and down. Take a breath in. And as you exhale, gently round back. Chin toward the chest. Release. And as you inhale, coming back up, chest toward the front of the mat, lifting the gaze, draw those elbows back and in. And exhale and round. Seated cat-cow. Long, slow inhale, lifting up. Heart moves forward, shoulders come back, shoulder blades toward the center and down, lifting the gaze. And exhale and round. And coming back to that upright seat. Bring the hands to the side, fingertips down toward the floor. Strong through the arms now. Feel the muscles hugging the bones. And as you inhale, turn the palms toward the ceiling and let the hands rise up. Palms come together, reaching, exhaling, reaching wide, hands come down. Inhaling, lifting the hands. And exhale. Now inhale, and as this time, as the hands lift, keep the gaze straight ahead and draw those arms back toward the back of the mat as the palms come together, reaching back. And exhale. Hands come down. Take that breath and exhale. And let the right ear drop over toward the right shoulder. And then rotate the chin down toward the chest. And now come over to the left ear toward the left shoulder. And the hand, and let the chin drop down toward the center of the chest. And now roll that right ear toward the right shoulder. Chin to center. And left ear toward left shoulder. And chin to center. Inhaling, lift the gaze straight ahead again, bring the shoulders back and down. Good, take a breath. And extend the right arm straight out in front, fingers spread, thumb to the ceiling. And as you inhale, let that hand come up toward the ceiling, lifting the gaze, grounding down through the right sits bones, reaching through the right fingertips. Oh yes, turn the palm toward the front of the mat and draw that hand back and up. Don't strain the neck following the hand with the gaze, but the gaze is still lifted toward the ceiling. And now bring that right hand back to the ceiling. Take the left hand to the floor, slide it out, arcing to the left. Breathe and reach, keeping the right shoulder back. Now bring the right hand back to the ceiling, reach up there, and exhale the right arm down, and gently move the right arm and the right shoulder. And extend the left hand straight out. Thumb points to the ceiling, lifting tall, and take that hand up to the ceiling. Reach up there. Turn the palm toward the front of the mat. Take that hand back and up. And I tilt my head a little bit toward my right shoulder as I lifted, as the gaze is lifted to the ceiling. Reaching back and up. And now bring that hand back to the ceiling. The right hand out, arcing over to your right. Inhale that hand back to the ceiling. Reach up and exhale, release. Yeah. Gently move, keep the neck relaxed here. Inhaling the shoulders, lift up to the ears and then take the shoulders back and down. Elbows toward the center, heart toward the front of the mat. Releasing, inhaling, lift the shoulders. Exhaling, shoulders back and down. Releasing one more time, shoulders lift. Take those shoulders back and down. 2 breaths here. Moving the heart toward the front of the mat. Not a whole lot of sway in the back. So there's no strain in the low back here. One more breath. And exhale and release. Good, all right. Time for some twisting here. So bring the left hand across and the right hand behind. Lift up, exhale, and twist to your right. Looking over that right shoulder. Inhale, come to the front. And the right hand across, exhaling to the left. Inhale back to center. And now that extended twist to the right, extending that right arm. Reach back. And now come to center, exhaling, and extend as you twist to the left. Inhaling, coming back to center. Just take that breath in. And exhale. Some circles. Take the heart toward the front of the mat and then the body out to the right. And now moving back, the chin drops toward the chest. Coming to the left, inhaling, coming forward, gaze lifts. Heart moves forward, exhaling, rounding back. Inhaling to the left and up. Exhaling to the right and back. One more. And now go the other way to the right and forward. Gaze lifts, shoulders back. Exhaling to the left and back, chin drops. One more circle. And with the chin back, or with the chin toward the chest, release. Just gently breathe here. Let the head drop. And as you inhale, gently round up. Yes, okay. Now we're on to all fours. Into table. Pad your knees, fold the mat over, whatever you need to do. Use a chair, hands on the seat of the chair. The toes can be curled under here if that's more comfortable for you in this table pose, or you can have the tops of the feet on the mat. A lot of things you can do, just do it your way. And we'll do some cat-cows. As you inhale, lift the gaze straight ahead, and as you exhale, gently take the low back or the middle of the back toward the ceiling. Be gentle. Inhale. Lifting the gaze, belly drops, exhale, gently round. couple of rounds of this, just inhaling with your breath. Inhaling and exhaling with your breath. One more this way, looking up, inhaling up. And now, as you exhale, let the head drop and gently move the hips toward the heels. Elbows come down to the mat. Head drops toward the mat. Now, as you inhale, come forward, keeping the forearms on the mat, and then lift up. Gaze straight ahead. Exhaling, round, hips move back. Elbows come down, head toward the mat. And now kind of crawling forward, lifting up, gaze straight ahead, exhaling round, moving those hips back. Forearms to the mat, coming forward and up. Last one. Inhaling, lift the gaze straight ahead, and now exhale into your table. Good. All right. Keep the gaze straight down at the center of the mat, and now move the hips and ribs to the right. Bring the weight onto the right knee. Find that opening in the right ribs. And now come to center and take the hips and ribs to the left. Bringing the weight to the left knee, opening the left ribs, coming back to center. Take the hips and ribs right. And then center and take those ribs and hips to the left. And coming back to center. Yeah, bring the hips back toward the heels, widen the knees a little bit. Bring the hands and arms in and rest your head on your arms. And just take a breath. Good. Come up to standing on your knees with the hips over the knees, and then bring the elbows down under the shoulders. We're going to move into our modified dolphin here. So the knees are hip width. Interlace the fingers. And the elbows might be just a little bit ahead of the shoulders, actually. But the knees are under the hips. And now as you inhale, come forward here with the chin just ahead of the fingers, and now exhale. And take the hips up and back. Let the head drop down toward the mat. And as you inhale, you're coming forward. Chin comes ahead of the hands. Hips lower. Exhaling, coming back. This is core strength. Also, obviously, shoulder strength. But it takes core strength to be able to do this. Feel the tightness in the belly as you come down. And now exhale and lift back up and back. And now coming forward again, chin ahead of the hands. Exhaling back, and we'll do one more. And now inhaling forward. Let the hips drop. And now press back. Okay, let's take 2 breaths right here with the hips up high, but back toward the back of the mat. The head is down toward the mat, and you might even be able to get your forehead down to the mat here. Elbows are on the mat. Breathe, and now just release. Let everything go. Great shoulder stretch. So now lifting back up, and if you want, you can do 2 full dolphins by curling the toes, lifting the hips, and then coming forward and lifting the hips up and back. A little bend in the knees, pressing the heart back toward the knees, inhaling, coming forward, full dolphin, and exhaling back. And now bring the knees down. Bring the knees and feet together. And if you feel okay, if it works for you, bring your hips back toward the heels and sit back on your heels. If not, put a block between your ankles and rest your hips on the block. Yeah, some people struggle with this one. That's for sure. It's called Hero. And it is a good thing for your quadriceps to keep them nice and flexible and loose and long. Yeah. Okay. So if you can't get all the way back to the heels, then you work with a book or something between your ankles, and you get as low as you can. And so that you can be reasonably comfortable resting back. So now I've got the block turned on to the long edge, and I'm sitting on the edge. Is it real comfortable? No, but it isn't terrible. So take a deep breath in and exhale. And wherever you are here, bring the hands down behind the feet and let the head fall back. And now gently think about it, or do it, lift the hips off the ankles toward the ceiling. Again, good stretch for those quadriceps. And now exhaling, bring the hips down. And come to standing on your knees. Again, hopefully this isn't too much pain and agony on the knees. We're going to do gate, so extend that right leg out to the right. Toes point away. And some people will say point the toes toward the front of the mat, but it feels better to me to point those toes to the outside. And then if you want, you can use your block or not to bring that left hand down to the floor or the block, and you can stand that block up any way that it works for you. And then opening the heart toward the front of the mat, lift the right arm up to the ceiling. Staying now strong through the right leg. And now let the right hand drop down. And you're imagining a straight line from the fingertips to the toes. Still pressing the hips toward the front of the mat. And breathe. And bring that right hand up to the ceiling, lift up, take the right hand to the inside of the right leg, a little bend in that right knee, and now lift the left arm and arc over the right leg. Using that right arm as a bit of a lever to open the heart toward the front of the mat. Now lifting back up, bring that left hand down to the mat. Lifting the right foot, flex the foot, point the toes toward the front of the mat, reach the right hand to the ceiling, and breathe. And if you want here, you can bend that right knee, reach back to the right foot. And again, you can get a nice quad stretch here. And then extend the right leg, reach the right hand to the ceiling, gazing up. And now exhale and bring the right knee in and hips come back toward the heels or come down to your resting pose. Whatever works, and take a breath in and exhale. Yes. And now move your block. If you have a block, using a block, move it off to the right. And coming up onto those knees again, take care of the knees. Extending the left foot, toes point away. Keeping the shoulders and chest toward the front of the mat. Bring the right hand down to the floor of the block. Now open toward the front of the mat. Lift the left hand to the ceiling. And then let the left arm fall past the face. Yes. Staying strong and open. Good, and lifting the hand back up, take it to the inside of that left leg, arcing over to the left. Keeping the right shoulder back, gaze to the ceiling, breathing. And that hand back to the ceiling, bring it back down to the block. Now lift that left leg, flex that left foot, press the hips toward the front of the mat as the left hand lifts. You can bend that left leg, reach back to the foot for the quad stretch. Extending, reaching, and exhale, bring that left knee in, come back to your resting pose, and breathe. Come back up into table. Move gently here. You can do circles. You can do cat-cows. Moving the hips side to side. And we'll move toward awkward pose. Extend the right leg with the toes down on the mat. Releasing the right hip down toward the mat, pressing back through the right heel. Spread those fingers wide. Grip the mat. And now bring the right heel hip height, extending the left arm, our awkward pose. Staying strong here. One more breath. Now, how about two more? That one and one more. Good. Bring the left hand down. Bring the right knee to the right elbow. Move it back. Right knee across to the left elbow. Move it back. And now take that right knee up the middle, dip the head toward the knee, and move it back. And exhaling the right knee down to the mat. Yeah, gentle movements in table. Extend the left leg with the toes on the mat. Find that hamstring stretch. Actually, kind of all down the back of the leg. Back of the knee. Strong through that leg, won't hurt the knee this way. And now bring the left foot hip height. Come to awkward pose. Two more deep breaths. And bring the right hand down, take the left knee to the left elbow. Inhale back. Exhale across to the right elbow. Inhale back. And now bring that knee up the middle. Dip the head. And take that foot back, hip height. Lifting the leg and exhale the left knee down. Good. Coming back to your resting pose, that can be anywhere you want to be. Come back up into your table, curl the toes, and now lift to your downward dog. And again, from that normal table, knees under hips, wrists under shoulders. To get to downward dog, you just leave the hands and the feet where they are, curl the toes, and lift straight up. And come high up on the toes. And now exhale both heels down toward the mat. They may not get there, that's okay. And come high up on the toes and the heels toward the mat. Good. Step the feet toward the hands. Lift, come to half lift. Shoulder blades on the back. Exhale, bend the knees into forward folds. Shift the toes pointed straight ahead. And let the head drop toward the knees. Take a bend in the knees. And the belly's on the thighs. Now press into the mat with the feet, rounding up. Shoulders come back, arms wide, hands lift. And exhale, mountain pose. Good. We'll move straight to our spinal flow. Pressing down with the feet, lifting up through the top of the head. Inhale the hands up. Exhaling the right arm down, arcing right. Inhaling the right arm up. And exhaling the left hand down, arcing left. Inhaling up. That wide arm twist to the right, palms to the ceiling, looking back. Inhale, come up. Exhale that twist to the left. And inhale. Bring the hands through the heart. Hinge. Come down to forward fold. Let the head go. Press into the mat with the feet to lift the hips. And now really bend those knees. Bring the hands out in front. Press the belly toward the thighs. Lift up. Exhale the hands back. Inhale up, gaze straight ahead. Draw the arms back. Reach. And exhale. Mountain pose. Ah, yes. Okay. That spinal flow and sun salutation A, all really, really, really good stuff. If you're going to do yoga, you ought to have that in every practice. So, pressing down, inhale the hands up. Sun salutation A. Exhaling, dive to the forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, stepping back to plank. Breathing in plank. And exhale, lower. Elbows in. Inhale to cobra. And I like to take a breath or two in cobra. Release the buttocks, press the tops of the feet into the mat. And now curl the toes or bring the knees down. Lift back up to downward dog. Take a couple of breaths here. And now step the feet to the hands. Come to half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, getting long. Take the arms wide and then bend the knees and press to come up. Hands lift. Exhale, back to your mountain pose. Oh, yeah. Good. Tree pose. Find your spot on the floor. We'll start bouncing on the left foot. I don't know why, I always start left with balance. But the left foot, hands to hips, focusing, turning the right toes out, and then bringing the right foot off the floor if you choose, or just leaving the toes on the mat, your choice. And the knee to the front and down. Good, all right. I'm gonna step that out. This working a lot of the muscles in the lower leg when you do that, around the ankle and the calf. So weight comes to the right foot, turning the left toes out or kickstand, and then bringing the left foot where you want it to be, either above or below the knee, but not on the knee, and into tree. And the knee to the front and down. Ah, yes. All right, so moving down to the mat, pressing with the feet, inhale the hands up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. And exhale back to plank. Take the breath. Strong plank here. Now exhale and lower. And we'll move into locust, lifting everything. So hands by your side, palms down. Inhale the head and the upper chest off the mat. Lift the legs and the feet and lift the hands and the arms. And now just focus on your breathing. Point the foot, flex the toes. Spread those toes, spread those fingers. 2 more deep breaths. And exhaling everything down, take the right side of the face to the mat. And the left side of the face. Bring the hands under the shoulders. Lift back up into table, and then bring the feet around to the front. We'll do Navasana. Finding your balance. So find a pose or a posture that you can stay in for 5 long, deep breaths. Either knees bent, 1 foot on the floor, and 1 leg lifted, and then switching wherever for 5 long, deep breaths. And exhaling those feet down, bring the soles of the feet together, come to your cobbler pose. And then I like to move into butterfly to really try to get a good stretch in the low back. Inhale, rounding up. Bring the knees to the ceiling, hands behind the knees. Come down to your back and bring your strap with you. Yes. But before we go very far here, let's just take a breath or two, either in supported bridge or in reclining cobbler pose. So cobbler with the feet together, knees wide, or supported bridge with a block under the sacrum, not the spine, the sacrum. Good. If you're in supported bridge, remove the block. And now either extend the left leg, or you can have the left foot on the floor to start with, but bring the right knee into the chest and put the strap on the right foot. I always put it on the heel. And then take that right foot straight up to the ceiling. With both hands on the strap and a little bend in the right knee, draw that right leg toward the back of the mat for one breath. And then release as you exhale. One more time. Taking that leg toward the back of the mat. And exhale, release. Bring the strap into the right hand and let that knee, or let that right leg come out to the right. Keeping both hip bones on the mat, shoulder blades on the mat. Stay strong through that right leg. It isn't just hanging out there loose. It's strong. You're kind of drawing that right leg into the hip. So the muscles in the leg are active. And then bring that right foot back to the ceiling. Bring the strap into the left hand. And now you have to straighten the left leg, but drop that right leg across the left leg. Come onto the left hip. But the shoulder blades stay on the mat. Breathe and release the hips here. Pointing those toes toward the back of the mat. Take the right leg back to the ceiling. Good. Gently draw that right leg again toward the back of the mat. Bend in the knee. Exhaling, release. And now bend the knee. Again, if it's more comfortable, you can put that left foot flat on the floor. Drawing that right knee toward the right shoulder. You can reach up with the right hand to the outside edge of the right foot. Using your strap or your hand. And if your right hand is on the outside edge of your foot, your right elbow is just on the inside of the right knee. Half happy baby. Bottom of the foot flat on the ceiling. So remove the strap, extend the right leg straight up to the ceiling, strong through the heel. And now slowly lower the right leg down. And point the toes and lift it back up. Flex that foot and lower. Point and lift. Flex and lower. 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. Yes. Turn the toes out. Take the palms toward the ceiling. Breathe. You can leave the right leg extended or bring the right foot flat on the floor and bring the left knee into the chest. Put the strap on the left foot. Left foot to the ceiling. Good. Now exhaling, take that leg toward the back of the mat. Inhaling, press the heel to the ceiling. Exhale, take it toward the back of the mat. Inhaling toward the ceiling. With the strap in the left hand, let the foot drop out to the left. Feel that outer rotation in that left leg. Pointing the toes toward the back of the mat. Again, bring that foot back to the ceiling. Strap in the right hand, and now cross that leg over the left leg over the right. And now you feel inner rotation as you come onto that right hip. Breathing to the hips. And then now bring the right leg back to the ceiling. One more time toward the back of the mat. Exhale. And then release. Bend the knee. Reach up with that left hand if you can grab a hold of that foot. And if you can't get it down there low enough to get to it with the left hand, take it down as low as you can using the strap, but keep the bottom of the foot on the ceiling. Good. Now release the strap. Extend the leg straight up. Flex that foot and slowly lower. Point the toes and lift. Flex and lower. And point and lift. And flex and lower. 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. Oh, good. Windshield wiper the feet. So just flap those toes back and forth. Yes, all right. Bring your feet all the way into the hips. We'll do some gentle bridges. Hands down by your side. You can make these moving bridges, moving the hands up and over if you choose. As you inhale, press with the feet, lift the hips. And now exhale and lower. Inhale, lift. And exhale and lower. Inhale and lift. And exhale, lower. Take the arms wide. And now let the knees fall over to the right and turn your gaze to the left. So just release here, let it all go. The knees to the ceiling, now knees lifting, gaze right. And bring the knees back to the ceiling. Extend the legs long, take the arms behind. Full stretch here with a deep breath in. Yes, exhale to your Savasana, your resting pose. Just notice what's happening with your sense in the body. As you breathe, just feel what's happening. Can you feel the heartbeat? Gently wiggle the toes, move the fingers. Bend the elbows and the knees. And stretch if you'd like. And then gently come over to one side and come up slowly. Yes. So thank you for practicing today. I'm glad you could make it. And I want you to have a wonderful week, and maybe we'll see you Friday at Unity Presbyterian Church. And namaste. The light in me honors the light in you.